Worlds will burn. Now at last, on this world, vengeance shall be mine. For I am the Queen of Blades.
Jumpin' Jesus on a pogo stick. Are you guys as excited about that as I am? This is Infinity Gaming's Morse here to bring you the finals from the recent in-house Heart of the Swarm Showdown, an extended series tournament that we had over the last couple of weeks that ended up being Infinity Gaming's Goose versus Infinity Gaming's Nerrz. I figured I would go ahead and get those casted, and conveniently that new intro, the intro cinematic for Heart of the Swarm just came out recently, so I went on ahead and spliced that in for your enjoyment. As I mentioned earlier, this is the finals. It was me, Inulex, Goose, and Nerrz. Inulex and I got knocked out. Inulex got knocked out by Nerrz, and I got knocked out by his awesomeness, the Goose. Both these players are going to be bringing some of their top stuff. I've got the replays loaded. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. I hope you guys enjoy. As we can see, this did happen on Newkirk City. We do have Nerrz in the bottom right-hand corner, and on the bottom left-hand corner we do have our favorite fowl, the Goose. Now, pretty standard opening from both of these guys. I know the Mothership Core has been a pretty vital piece of equipment to get early on in the game. I'm not sure how viable it is in PvP, so this is going to be a series of PvP matches. It is a best of 5, so hopefully we'll get some really good matches here. Get that lovely little production tab up here. I know some of you guys are going to be yelling for it. As you can tell by my nifty little starboard, it is 0-0 because this is game 1. Both players doing a pretty standard pylon, making sure their workers are coming out. They did throw that down at the 9 worker count, giving themselves a little bit of time to make sure that that pylon comes up and not getting blocked. Both players opting for the chrono boost, getting those probes out early. No scout from either of them, and pretty standard play. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking really forward to Heart of the Swarm. I am just super stoked about it. I actually took the entire week off for when it comes out. Now, we do see Nerrz perhaps maybe either A, a little confused, or maybe just scouting his base, making sure there isn't any proxy pylons. We do see he's got a rally set up. He's going to be checking out some things. Meanwhile, both players have gone for an early gas and gateway first. Nerrz did get his down just a few seconds sooner. Nerrz deciding to finish his scout out, and it looks like he's going to be moving all the way up to what most players are going to treat as their 4th, except I do believe Zerg with the mobility. They've been doing a lot more prominently using that as their third, just because it's a little easier for them to defend, whereas a Terran or a Protoss may have a harder time defending that far position. You're usually going to see most Terrans like myself maybe take this as a third, get some siege tanks up top here. But this is a pretty cool map if you guys haven't had a chance to play it. One of the cool things, we do have collapsible rocks here. That is a feature that is new to Heart of the Swarm. If you're not familiar with that, basically you shoot this and it collapses and creates a choke, and then you can destroy it just like you can with the regular removable rocks. Both players are going to be getting their cybernetics cores completed here in just a few moments. We do not have any units coming out for either of the players at this time, but another gateway has gone down for Nerrz, whereas Goose is saving up his money for something. I'm not sure what. We do have a double gas though from Goose, whereas Nerrz just now throwing down his second gas. So we'll check back on these guys here in just a moment. As you can tell with Newkirk City, there are two what are they called? Zelnaga towers. Geez, staring me right in the face. This will cover all the way down to about here, and then cover pretty much all the mid that's actually being covered. So if you are going to be going for drops, you are going to want to scoot around this side, but this whole area here, if you're controlling those towers, you're going to be able to know what's going on. And Nerrz has been sending out a forward probe, going to be doing a little scouting, maybe dropping a forward pylon. Meanwhile, that Mama Ship core is done for Goose, and he does have a stalker available to back that up. Nerrz has opted not for the Mothership core, so we'll see how this plays in. He does have a stalker. As you take a look at the food count, Nerrz is a little bit ahead, and as we look at the units, we do see that it is in workers. 2 stalkers, 3 stalkers out now for Nerrz versus a Mothership and a stalker. I missed it, but Goose did pick off that probe that was coming up, so if we take a look over at Nerrz's vision, we can get an idea of what he was able to scout, and that's it. That's all he saw. Nerrz holding that watchtower. He does have 3 stalkers up towards the front. Looks like they're going to be doing just a little bit of forward scouting, maybe even doing a poke up here in just a moment. Who knows? Nexus does go down for Goose. Meanwhile, back at Nerrz's base, he is going for the 4-gate. Not exactly a rushed 4-gate, as you can tell, as it is already about 6:10. Goose has slacked just a little bit on his Chrono Boost and his workers. Perhaps that's part of his plan. Don't know for sure. Warp Gate tech is done. Twilight Council is finished. No upgrades coming out. And here come those stalkers, letting Goose know that they're there. He does have a sentry and 3 stalkers and the Mama Core, so he's certainly going to be able to take care of that. Thinking the better of it, Nerrz does pull back. He does have a forward pylon down. We've got 2 more stalkers incoming. His Warp Gate tech has finished, and his Mama Ship core is on the way. So as we take a look at the units here, it is relatively even, although the stalker count is a bit more heavy for Nerrz. But Goose does have a sentry. That 1 sentry is not going to be enough to hold off this big old ramp at the front of your natural here in Newkirk City. Another forward pylon going down for Nerrz, and here comes some stalker pressure. We got 5 stalkers pushing in. Loses the sentry. Is Goose going to get the cancel off? He is not. He loses a pylon. He doesn't pay attention quick. He's going to be losing this Nexus as well. He does respond, gets the probe out, and does get the cancel, saving himself 300 minerals there. Nerrz with a superior force, just camping outside of the base with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stalkers. Just camped right on front. 12, those forward pylons doing him justice. Oh, and win behind. Dark Shrine. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but the Mothership core, I'll get that pulled up here. Oh, and the blink! And the blink into the base. Nerrz aggressing forward. Zealots are running. Stalkers are running. I don't know what what Goose is going to be able to do to thwart this. He does lose a pylon. He is pyloned right now. Blink unable to finish. This push from Nerrz very strong. Nerrz deciding to pull back, get a little defensive on this push. Does not have anything to take care of that Dark Templar. Does blink out of the way. As I was mentioning just a few moments ago, I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but the Mothership core does have a special ability that does allow it to detect cloaked units. It does take energy, But I don't believe either of those players had an opportunity to, well, Nerrz primarily did not have an opportunity to do that. Goose is still supply blocked. This Dark Templar is going to be chasing down. Whew, look at that damage. Wind behind, Dark Shrine. No sir, not anymore. Anytime Dark Shrine, but Goose falling back on that good old adage of anytime, but he's behind, so he definitely Dark Shrined. I mean, 2 swings and already that much damage, and of course the Dark Templar does get double attack. It is going to check for a natural. It's going to realize there is nothing there. Meanwhile, this Dark Templar the entire time has just been destroying all sorts of things. We take a look at the unit loss tab. He had Nerrz has had pretty good reaction. Has not lost a lot of units. Only lost 1 of his probes, and the observer pops out, and Nerrz is able to handle that swiftly. This observer has got a beeline coming right for that. Oh, and yep, there it is. Dark Templar away. Go ahead and pull up that production tab again just to make sure I don't miss anything. Nerrz does already have blink. I believe Goose's blink may have finished during that. It has, and he is working on leg speed. We'll go ahead and take a look at the mothership, and of course the time warp, the mass recall, and the photon charge. That's the aggressive weapon. And I apologize. I misspoke. See, all sorts of surprises. They're changing things all the time. Maybe I was totally wrong. I thought the Mama Ship Core did have some sort of cloak detection function, but I guess I was wrong. These forward pylons are still up and available, as well as an extra probe up here, so maybe he can drop down some more. This observer is providing vision to the high ground. That blink from Nerrz is going to be deadly if it gets a chance to pop off. Meanwhile, Goose is moving out, getting in a defensive position to hold off and get his second going. Meanwhile, this should be a good clue to Goose that there's an observer on the high ground, as that pylon got sniped off from the lower ground. Leg speed is about to finish for Goose. I'm not sure how much of a difference that's going to be able to make, as this composition is just nice and strong. These Dark Templar are doing a good number on that pylon, popping back into the shadows. Good thing too, because here comes Nerrz's observer. I don't know if Nerrz has another observer on the map. He does. He does have 2 observers. Looks like that other one is probably defending the front of his base. Meanwhile, push from Nerrz is coming in. He is supply blocked. Another cancel gets off by Goose, saving himself a little bit of minerals, but just so delayed. It's got to make you feel uncomfortable. Don't wanna activate that cannon too soon. He does have the energy for the photon charge, and there it is, a blink into the base. And Nerrz popping off some shots. A force field does go down, but it's a little late, as most of Nerrz's zealots are already into base. Zealots, sorry, zealots, whatever. And Mama Ship Core goes down. Nerrz applying some pretty hefty pressure. As you can see, there are no units left except for a few Dark Templar and a few Zealots from Goose. He's mining away, unable to really do anything about this attack that is just tearing apart his base. Meanwhile, these Dark Templar are doing quite a bit of damage here at the home. There is a warp in for Nerrz, but Goose just really getting pounded here, unfortunately. Goose able to get quite a few warp-ins in, going for the all-or-nothing attack, swinging all of his available units back over to counterattack Nerrz, I'm sure. These stalkers are just picking apart the base here, unfortunately. There's another pylon down. They are going to be focus firing some of this tech. Meanwhile, back at Nerrz's base, Goose's Dark Templar, just one of them, is doing quite a bit of damage here. That Nexus is going to fall shortly if it doesn't get some attention. Meanwhile, the base race is coming. I would have to say that I think it's going to be in Nerrz's favor, as it is 74 food to 21 food. There is no production available, no workers mining. Goose certainly in some trouble. It is all going to come down to this. He does have a probe. He does have the minerals. And sneaky, I think we're going to see... Are we going to see? Nope, he's distracted. I shouldn't be distracted. Those Templar are providing some good damage, killing some workers, but that photon cannon from Nerrz doing much too much damage. There goes the proxy nexus. think this is going to be enough damage. I don't think it's going to get done fast enough. I think that Nexus is going to be okay. Meanwhile, if we swing back into the base, what an amazing trade. This Nexus has gone down. There is another Observer that is trying to be made, but unfortunately with the supply block, and that goes down. So it's really just a question of who's going to find who first. Nerrz has put down his own proxy base. He's got enough defenses. He's able to defend himself from the Dark Templar. Dark Templar and Zealots up here just wreaking havoc on workers. I like that he's mixing a few Zealots with the Dark Templar. It's not going to be good for long, though, as detection is there, and the last of Goose's army is down. So Goose is left with a probe. I like this. He's swinging in and going to be dropping a pylon. Try to get those warp gates available again. Oh, and there's the GG from Goose. So there you guys have it. That is game one. It does go to Nerrz. And please go ahead and, if you're interested, check out the next video as we are going to be covering the next game.